Hey, what's going on, guys? Akeem here, and I want to talk to you about something that's really important to me. I want to talk about the character known as Mr. Smiley. Mr. Smiley is a very happy character. He's happy, it's within his name, Mr. Smiley. Why is he so happy, though? This is a guy who has no reason to be happy. He has no reason to be smiling all the time. This is the reason why I think he has something to hide. I really think he has something deeply rooted within his character, and he's hiding it from the rest of us. What is it exactly? I have no idea, but I have my speculations as to why Mr. Smiley is always Mr. Smiley. First off, let's delve into the history of this particular character. The original person that voiced the character Mr. Smiley was Sinbad. Sinbad was an 80s/90s comedian who was a ginger. He was a black man who was a ginger. Yes, they make black gingers. If you take a look at some of the movies and some of the television shows that Sinbad was in back in the past, this was a man who really had something to hide. If you saw some of the names of the movies that he was in. There was a movie that came out back in 1995 called House Guest, where Sinbad played a character named Franklin. He was a con man who conned the mob. The mob we're talking about out of $50,000, and they wanted to collect their money, so he went on the hiding. He went and he pretended to be the uncle of a particular family. So he was living with this family in hiding. He was a con man. I'll read the synopsis for you guys right here so you can get a full breath of what the movie is about. It says, fast-talking con man Kevin Franklin, Sinbad, is in over his head. He owes $50,000 to the mob, and they want to collect. On the run, Franklin happens upon lawyer Gary Young, played by Phil Hartman, and his family, who are waiting for an old friend Young hasn't seen in 25 years. Taking the opportunity for another con and to save his neck, Franklin convinces Young he's the old friend and becomes the family's house guest. He lies. So he lies. He puts on a big smile on his face in the movie, and he's like, yes, that's right. I am this person you're looking for. He was a liar. This is just one nail in the coffin for Mr. Smiley. Why I do not think Mr. Smiley is what he smiles himself to be. Don't even get me started on Jingle All the Way. Remember Jingle All the Way? This was a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. They were trying to get this toy, and Sinbad was the villain in that movie. He was trying to steal the toy from Arnold Schwarzenegger's heroic character by conning him. And even in the Happily Ever After television series, he played the big bad wolf gang. He was a gang member. What? Come on. Fast forward to 2014, where Sinbad was the voice of Mr. Smiley. Now Sinbad is the voice of Mr. Smiley, and his last role as Mr. Smiley was in an episode entitled Watermelon Steven. Now, if you're wondering why that was his last role, it was pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back for Sinbad. Come on, Watermelon Steven, he's a black man, and you're talking about some watermelons. There's some racism there, and I don't know if you can see it, Rebecca, but you know who saw it? Sinbad saw it. The character development for Mr. Smiley was not going in a direction that Sinbad was too comfortable with. As a black man, I was really offended when I saw that black man wearing that weird-ass Hawaiian shirt and big-ass smile on his face, and he was bald. But little did Sinbad know that he was actually designed to look like Sinbad, which is why they wanted Sinbad originally to voice Mr. Smiley. Mr. Smiley is not a good character, guys. This is what this video is all about. It's to tell you that Mr. Smiley is a terrible character, terrible character. Honestly, I would say he's one of the worst Beach City characters in Beach City. And that's not saying much, because he's like one of the few black guys in Beach City, so it really makes me very sad and upset to say that. What do we have now to represent us? What, the Kofi family? Come on, Kofi Pizza. But you know what? I will take it. I will take Kofi Pizza and the Kofi family over Mr. Smiley any day, because they have nothing to hide. They are immigrants that moved here to America, to Beach City, to better their lives. They're not hiding behind a smile. In fact, I have never seen one of them ever smile. They have like these permanent stink faces with the lips and the permanent stink faces is what the Kofi family has. Mr. Smiley, way too smiley, definitely has something to hide. So I want to make this video to boycott that particular character, and hopefully he'll get thrown out of Beach City. Or hopefully when Lars returns back to Beach City, he'll find out the secret that is whatever Mr. Smiley is hiding, and he'll vanquish him or throw him inside of his hair. Let him get lost in his hair. I want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on Mr. Smiley? I bet you guys never thought about Mr. Smiley as much as I just did. But you know what? That's why I make these videos. I make these videos to make you think. I want to make you think about some of the more minor characters in Steven Universe and what are their What are their purposes? Because each and every character has a purpose, and let's find out what that purpose is. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on Mr. Smiley, and if you agree with anything I ever said here. Hit that like button if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed for more Steven Universe content such as this. As always, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I will see you in the next one, friends. Peace.